I feel like as long as Steph Curry's reign as one of the true superstars in the NBA has been going, I've heard people say, well, they're going to get physical with him. They're going to get physical with him. And so far, I've not really seen anything slow him down. Take us inside that matchup. Marcus Smart on Steph Curry. Is that the key to the NBA final?
Greeny, what up, Amari? I definitely think you have to get physical with him, because if you allow Steph Curry to run freely and be the dictator, you can't allow Steph to be the dictator. You allow him to do that, you're in trouble. If you try to shortcut instead of trail and follow him and not make him take twos instead of threes. Yes, he's very good around the rim and making twos, but his threes can be demoralizing. So we saw in Cleveland series when, back in the day when Cleveland won the championship, and how they got back in it because they were physical with him. They were knocking him down, making him guard. You have to do all of these things to get into his legs because he's such a dynamic player. You just can't allow him to just sit back and line you up and do whatever. Now, I know Kendrick said about Marcus Smart being physical with him and getting in it. Well, they've seen this story before as well. So you best believe they're going to have a counter for it. And what is a counter you can do for that if you're the Golden State Warriors? Put him in pick and rolls, just like they tried to do with Luka. Find the matchup that is not Marcus Smart, and then try to exploit it that way until they decide to try to not to switch. So, Marcus Smart is going to be a disruptor, but I think Steve Kerr's been in the finals before and seen this movie before and has adjustments for that.
By the way, that moment that you're seeing on the screen there, you might recall in March of this year, that's when Steph Curry got hurt. It was playing up against Marcus Smart that Curry got hurt, and he missed the last, whatever it was, almost 2 months of the season, and came back right at the end of the regular year. Here was that play where I remember we debated for about a week or so, was this a dirty play? Steve Kerr was certainly upset about it. Smart diving after a ball and going into Steph's leg there. And again, Curry missed a lot of the latter part of the regular season there. So there's that history for whatever that is worth. How do you see it, Amari? This matchup here, Smart, the defensive player of the year, but a defensive team concept, it feels to me, is what you need against the Warriors because they're so good and fluid offensively. How do you see the matchup?
Yes, absolutely right. And Vince is right as well because, they are going to try to – the only way you can guard Steph Curry is by being physical with him, right, and try to figure out a way to disrupt his movement. It won't be easy. Obviously Steph Curry's been doing this for so long. He's a pro at this. He's the best in the game at it. I'm sure he watched, great players before him, whether it was Reggie Miller or Ray Allen, that comes off those nonstop movement actions. As we see here, he goes off with the left hand. He creates a layup off the backboard, which is a good move. He sets up his guy. Any space he gets, he shoots the open three. He has lanes that drive him to the basket there with the layup. So all these different ways of scoring that Steph Curry has in his repertoire, it's going to be hard to just have one guy lock in on him and try to stop him. It needs to be a team effort.
Not to mention the fact that this team has so many other guys. And again, this Warriors team throughout their dynasty, and we can debate later. Go ahead, Vince. I see you want to jump in here. He's got so many other places to go. If you are that worried about Steph, Clay can kill you. Jordan Poole can kill you. They got Andrew Wiggins. They got other places they can go. Go ahead, VC.
Hey, I just want to add to this is the one thing I think Marcus Smart does have is discipline. You have to have defensive discipline. That's a key word, and that's been a key word since Steph Curry's been in the league and dynamic from that three-point line. Well, the Golden State Warriors in general is defensive discipline. You have to have discipline. You cannot get tired. You cannot wither. You can't drop your head when he makes that tough shot. Every time there's a pick and roll, you have to fight over the screen and force Steph to take rush three-point shots. That's when we've seen him not at his best, is when he's rushing that three-point shot because of the physicality. So I think Marcus Smart at the same time can do that to affect Steph as well.
All right, hang on to that thought a minute there. I want to put the odds for the MVP of the finals up on the screen here, because again, that much will be made leading into this series of the fact that Steph has never won that. And as you see, he is currently the overwhelming favorite to win that award, he and Jason Tatum. And then look at the enormous drop-off. You go down to Jaylen Brown, who's 10-1. Klay Thompson is 15-1. And Marcus Smart, maybe if he plays lockdown defense and knocks in a couple of threes, could it be an interesting little wager at 35-1? I'll leave that to you to make up your own mind. But I guess I will pose the question to you this way, Amari. If the Warriors are going to win this NBA championship, which they are favored to do you think Steph has to be the MVP? Will it be because he plays great that they wind up winning?
Well, yes and no, right? He doesn't have to win it because he's already solidified as one of the greats.
Right.
But if it will help the team if he does have a great series.
Right.
And if he does play to the level of a Finals MVP, that will help them somewhat beat the Celtics.
So let me rephrase the question then, Vince, because I don't think I made it clear. If Marcus Smart has great success, and there's VC over here, has good success on him, if he does give Steph a hard time, no one silences Steph Curry, but gives him a harder time as he can be given, do the Warriors still have a way to win this series? Can they win this series if Steph isn't great?
They do, because Steph is an unselfish superstar, and he's willing to put the ball in the hands of the hot player or the guy who's going or get guys going. And that's one thing that's great about him is Steph does not have to have the ball to be effective. And his ball movement, his ability to move off of screens, they say, yes, they switch and everything, but you have to have, once again, that defensive discipline, because when Steph Curry is running off a high double screen or a low baseline screen, well, guess what? Eyes are following him, point switching sometimes, and your attention's there, and you can run your action for Jordan Poole or Klay Thompson on the other side because of the defense has to pay attention to him. So I think because just because he's not hitting shots all the time, his ability to get in the paint and draw the defense with his eyes because of his movement is still as effective.
All right, there's so many different angles that we will take on this morning as we go along, and Jay Will's going to be along as we go. Stephen A will be along as we go. But I guess I'd finish this part of the conversation by asking this. In football, they will frequently say, well, you can't show the guy the same look. Right, you're going to change up your defense against Peyton Manning or Tom Brady after
Agreed.
one quarter, after halftime, all that sort of thing. Is it the same in basketball? Will they give Steph Curry, if you will, a look early in the game defensively that they will then change up in the second half and in game 2 and in game 5?
Absolutely. And Vince knows this very well. Like teams will scout a player, and then they will also have backup adjustment plans, right? So you start the game out guarding Steph. You'll want to be physical with him. You'll want to get into his body. You want to top side if there's a down screen. There's different actions that the coaching staff will go over and shoot around and get these guys prepared to play against the Celtics. But there's going to be different looks. Different players are going to guard them. There's going to be multiple. They may put a guy that's longer and taller on them for length purposes. Marcus Smart may guard him for physicality purposes. So they're going to definitely mix up the looks on him for sure.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.